Hello, it's Ruby Burrito, and welcome to today's video. I wanted to talk about home instance farming. So in the past I've talked a little bit and I've showed a little bit, but this video is going to be dedicated to what goes into the home instance, how I personally go through each of the five, where each of the five are, and there's going to be some bonus information about guild hall farming at the end. So what I'm going to start with is, I'm going to start with Savar here. He is my oldest human character. I am in Divinity's Reach, right outside of the Salma district, which is the home district. This is where Divinity's Reach is. I can go all the way out on the map. You have Divinity's Reach and Queensdale, which is the starting area for the humans. For reference, the order that I'm going to go in is next will be the Norn. This is Hoelbrak and Wayfarer Foothills. Then it'll be Char, which has the Plains of Ashford starting area right outside of Black Citadel. Over in this direction, in the Maguma Jungle, you have Silvari in Caledon Forest, right outside of the capital, which is the Grove. It looks a little smaller in space, but it's quite unique. And then you have Metrica Province for the Asura, which have the capital of Rata Sum. So I'm going to run through each of them. I'm not actually going to farm them, because you can only farm each of these a day, once per day per account. And let's get into this. You will come to the home instance for some story, I believe, if you're doing the initial core Tyrion story. But as you can see, I have all of these nodes. All of these nodes are things that I have purchased, finished an achievement to unlock, or somehow unlocked on my account. I have shown off efficiency in the past, and this is specifically under account and home nodes. So you can see I have almost all of the home nodes, with the exception of the enchanted treasure chest. If we go to stats, there's I can actually see how many people. Only 1,715 people have all of the home nodes unlocked. But we can see that a bunch of these are gems, so those are all going to come from the gem store. That's going to be the hunting contracts. All these contracts are something that you get in the mail every day. These are all garden plot deeds, and then the other ones are ore package, lumber package, leather rack, harvesting node pack. This is going to be plants, and then this is a cloth rack. So those are all going to be gem purchases. Those become available on the Black Lion trading post. And then there's going to actually be another advanced leather rack and cloth rack that you can buy on the trading post. All of these for gold, all the way down to the ones that are, let's say, 50. So from the 51 here to the 95 and the 309 gold, those are all things that you can buy on the trading post. They are also things that you can exchange for Black Lion statuettes. So if we go to, oh, this one is not. A lot of them you can get from Black Lion statuettes. So you can see here 100 Black Lion statuettes. If you go to a Black Lion chest merchant, there is a resources tab that allows you to get all of these different home instance nodes. Those are all individual nodes. Some of these, like I said, are resource packs. Then you get down to the ones that are all 50 gold. So the unique thing about the 50 gold ones, there's going to be 6 for Living World Season 3. There's going to be 6 for Living World Season 4. And then there's going to be the Salvage Pile Home Instance node and the Prismaticite Home Instance node. These came from the Icebrood Saga. So each of these is going to give you currencies specific to those releases. So the Living World Season 3, like the Winterberry, the Fire Orchid, Petrified Wood, Orion Oyster, those are going to give you items specific to Living World Season 3, the currencies, the map currencies. And then Mistonium, Mistborn Note, Supply Cache, those are going to give you currencies that are specific to Living World Season 4. There's additionally the Eternal Ice Shard. So you have Eternal Ice Shards, Prismaticite, and Salvage. Those give exactly what they sound like. Those are Icebrood Saga. You unlock those from their respective map vendor. So for example, if you want to get the Bloodstone Crystal node, which gives you Bloodstone, which is from the Bloodstone Fen, the very first Living World Season 3 map, you have to go to Living World Season 3 maps, You have to go to Bloodstone Fen. It's going to cost you volatile magic, or in this case, it's unbound magic or volatile magic, and I believe karma for some of the other ones. It varies depending on the item, and 50 gold. That's why you see the 50 gold here. Omnom Berry, there are some from the vendors and the trading posts that are less than 50 gold, so you can come all the way down to here probably. And then you get to the ones that are related to festivals. Dragon Pinata, Candy Corn, another Candy Corn. You have a Winter's Day tree. Those are related to festivals and require you to buy them during the festival. This is just 10 Jawbreakers. And that's why they have a value here, as it's based off of those. The Winter's Day one doesn't have a value because it is an achievement. The fastest way to find how to get all of them is just by going to efficiency. You can click on it and then open the official wiki, and it'll take you to the page that'll tell you how to do it. Consume the gift unlocks and completes the Generous Harvest achievement. Generous Harvest, that's the one for completing it. And you should be able to get it from the Orphan's Generous Gift, which is a reward for the Children achievement. All of these at the bottom are achievements. You have the Exalted Chest, you have the Crystallized Supply Cache, and the Personalized Airship Cargo Voucher. Those are from Heart of Thorns. You have the Bandit Chest, which is from Living World Season 2. The Bauble, which is from the Festival, the Super Adventure Box Festival. And then you have an Aurelium Node. Aurelium Node is actually unique in that it's the only Heart of Thorns currency that you can get just by farming through your home instance. So that's going to be all of the nodes you can get. And I'm not going to harvest them, because as soon as I harvest them, that's going to be it for the day. But I'm going to just run through each of these. So I will grab this group here, come to the Sprocket, Quartz Crystal. The King Size Candy Corn is the second level of achievement for the Candy Corn node. So it does actually take 2 sets of farming for me. Then I go to the Red Oak Sapling. You might be tempted to go to the garden. I typically don't. I actually jump over the edge to grab the Difluorite Crystal, the Living World Season 4. And then you have all of the ore in Divinity's Reach in Salma District is going to be lined up here. A handful of the harvesting are going to be here. A handful of the Living World Season 3 and 4 should be there. And then over here is actually where you get to the garden. So I have all 3 garden plots. Right now I have lettuce. I haven't updated my my home instance. I will come back to how to see what the most profitable is there. I drop down for the Bloodstone Crystals. The Winterberry Bush is here. I come back through here for the Winter's Day Tree of Generosity, Orion Oysters, and then I come into this wonderful middle section, grab these Kernan Supply Cache, Eternal Ice, all of these. I grab my chests here if I have the keys. Now, the Found Bandit chest is unique. It moves. So sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's over here, sometimes it's over here, sometimes it's over here. It has 4 or 5 locations. So you can try to find it by looking for the chest on the minimap, or as soon as you memorize all the locations, you can just search them as you go. So you can grab those. Back here in this alley is more. I have Skrit. It's fun for me to come back because a lot of these characters are from the Living World, or not the Living World, the personal story, and I haven't come and farmed on this character, so they're different than the last time I was here. Jade Fragments, Prismaticite, and the Cloth and Leather Rack. Those are the last 2. So right here, you can actually see this is the Black Lion Requisition Teams post. This is where you find the information regarding the mail. So I don't typically get it on this character, but I can go redirect the Black Lion Expedition Team. Currently getting supplies from Draconis Mons. I haven't updated this one in a while as well, but I will show at the end of the video where to go to find that information. So I'm going to switch to a Char. I was going to do Norn next, but I will jump to the Char. Moved all my characters right outside. Each of them is going to have a unique layout, so it's going to be important to make sure that you are getting all of the nodes. On a char or in the Blackline Citadel, I love this animation of it closing behind you. I actually start with the garden here. Pretty sure you can jump up here. Yeah, so I start with the garden, and then I jump down here because the Mystonium is hidden, and then you have the Brandstone and Bauble. I come up here for the Dragon Crystal node, Mistborn Moat, and Dragon Pinata. There's nothing in there, so you don't have to worry about going in there. But there will be some slightly hidden stuff on the other side. I prefer to go this direction because I feel like I miss things less. We have the Primordial Orchid. And I actually will usually come back through here. We have the Found Bandit chest. One of the locations is there. Winter's Day Bush. And then we have the Winter's Day tree here. Corn and Supply Cache is there. And then this, you can see pretty well. This is all of the, or this should be all of the lumber pack, as well as the ancient sapling there. You have difluorite crystals hiding to the side. And then one of the ones that I believe is hidden is the petrified stump right here. Best way to get out of that is going to be up this ramp. And then I actually like to come back out here. Something to keep an eye on is going to be your minimap. It's a good indicator of whether or not you've missed something. Most of them show up on the minimap. So you have some in these tents. You have a bunch behind the tents, like the jade fragment there. And you have stuff hidden all around these tents. So you just, my suggestion is pick one. You can see all of these up here. I typically do this entire section. Pick one and stick with it. You've got several on the outside here. You grab these, and then there's actually going to be one in here as well. So that should cover all of them. Like I said, with this one, I feel like it's easier to miss them. I typically just do the human home instance in Divinity's Reach because that's the one that I was doing with other people. Because typically, if somebody is offering Divinity's Reach is the fastest place to find somebody after reset, people typically offer. I try to when I do. I just haven't been doing my home instance lately. So actually, I should have shown. In the Black Citadel, you have the mustering ground waypoint. So you start in the village of Smokestead, and this is the entrance to Blackline Citadel at the beginning. Mustering ground waypoint is actually going to be right here. That'll be the entrance. This is the Heroes Canton right here, and that's the door that we went through. Now, if I'm looking at Hoelbrak, this is the first place that you go in. You can see that this is what connects to Wayfarer Foothills, but actually the the home instance is going to be at the Great Lodge waypoint. Waypoint is right there. Oh, that's I love that. I love that skin. This is going to be the Hunter's Hearth. I love this one the most because I am partial to Norn. I'm going to fix my dyes here real quick because, as you can see, right off the bat, you have all of these harvesting nodes. You have this group here. And then actually, it's pretty easy to do this entire thing because you can see pretty much all the way up here. It just lines the entire section. This is a Found Bandit chest location right there. But you may be wondering, what is this Raven statue? It's not in the other locations. Well, this is that same teleport to the garden that you saw in the human. So I actually will go up here, harvest my garden, and then I jump right back down. So I'll do that before I grab all of these, and then I'll come and grab on both sides. I'm not going to list out every single one that we're running past, especially not with this one because it's pretty easy to see all of them. Not much of this is hidden because there's really only 4 areas that you can farm. You just have to make sure that you look because I guess you could consider this one hidden, the Brandstone, again, behind that statue. But just kind of keep your eyes peeled on both sides. You've got a section there, all of the ore back here, and then you have this section back here. So I run up this way typically because I run along the outsides. And then if I skip the garden on the first go around, you can run up there now, or you run to this side and you grab the last of them. This one's very quick. I feel like more people would enjoy this one. I think it's just that Divinity's Reach is the most popular one. These are the last three. That's going to be it for the Great Lodge, for Hoelbrak. So the next one I wanted to do was the Grove. This is going to be the Sylvari's main city. And this one's a little bit harder. I always have an issue moving around in the Grove because it's vertical. You have 4 layers here. So you have the upper level, which is where you're going to find the Omphalos chamber. And then there's the Tyria surface, which is where you'll come in, Caledon path. You come over here, you have the Upper Commons waypoint. Then you have the underground, which is where you'll find the trading posts and the bank and everything. But then in the depths is where you'll find the Dreamer's Terrace, which is the home. You can grab this waypoint, Ronin's waypoint, and then you can go into here. Just like the Grove being a little difficult to traverse and being vertical, so is the home instance. So you can see right away that the Black Line Requisition teams is there. You have some on the outside. There's a launch mushroom to the garden in the Sylvari, so you can just jump right up here, and then you can go down. I prefer to just go right in the front, so I try not to die, but you can see that's how you access there. You have an offshoot here with all of these, the racks. Then you have this section here. I kind of try to just do a little loop. So down here actually is going to be the hero shard. Winterberry bush. I try to do a loop on the outside. I stick to the outside. And then you can see that there's this path here. And you might be wondering how to get to the path. It's actually on the backside of the entire thing. So I typically do the inside first. I typically don't do the garden first and anything but the Black Citadel. And you can kind of see that I've now run through everything here and I'm back to the beginning. If I go to the top in the main area, it takes me just above here. This is going to be one of the locations of the Found Bandit chest. And this is actually what will also take you up to the garden if you don't take the jump mushroom. And it's also going to, you can see the difluorite crystals are hidden here. Eternal Ice, salvage. Oh, these are the ones I already went to. But the difluorite crystals are hidden. There is no other entrance other than through here. I did miss those. Like I said, this is probably the hardest one for me to do. It's a beautiful home instance, but I don't typically suggest doing this one because it's the easiest one to miss. I think Hoelbrak is the easiest one to do, period. But the Grove is the hardest and the easiest to miss things. So you can see the Winter's Day tree is here. I'm above the area that I was with those targets. I'm actually just going to come down. And I've done this home instance probably 10 times, and maybe half of them done it perfect because it's just difficult for me to do. I usually go up to the garden to get back over here. You can run around the outside, but this is where you're going to find the airship cargo, the exalted chest, and the supply cache. This is the bridge that I was under. And when I get to this area, it actually just takes you back over to the other side. So this is literally just behind everything. It's just a path behind. And you can't really access it from inside. You have to either go over the top or around the side. Again, it's a beautiful home instance. It's just not the most convenient if you're looking to do it fast. If you don't have your own, I would go to Divinity's Reach. If you do, I would say go to Hoelbrak. I am biased, but I do love that one. So this is where Rata Sum is. There's 3 waypoints here that have Asuran gates right by them. This is the one, the Magic Cat Court waypoint is the one that has the Asura gate to. Sometimes you have to do this if you leave yourself a little too close. This one leads to the home instance here. Again, similar to Black the Black Citadel, I just run up here to the garden, grab these. I leave all of these until the way back, but I do grab the Bauble, Prismaticite, and these. I grab the Mistborn Mote and Primordial Orchid. I run up here, and then I just do a loop. Here's the requisition post, and then I do a loop in this area here. So you've got the oysters. They're kind of spaced out in this section, so it doesn't feel like you're moving as fast. But if you are trying to get it done quickly, bringing something like a thief, pretty helpful. Because you can still use your skills. Found bandit chest. The one thing I will say is don't forget to come over here. Jade fragment up there. And then you can jump back out here and grab the Diflori crystals. And then you can grab the bloodstone crystals, this section. Come up here and grab the wood, winterberry bush. There's nothing other than the winterberry bush down there. But up here is where you're going to find a lot of the harvestable items. And then I just drop down to grab the pinata and the rest of the chests. That's typically how I run through here. This is the cooking station. I do have the cooking station unlocked on this character. This is my cook. This is my chef. That's a whole separate thing to unlock the cooking station. You do get a garden plot from doing the cooking, I believe. That's how you get one of them. Or you can. I know that's a lot of information, and I know everybody may want to do it differently, but that's typically the easiest method that I've found. I'm going to switch back to Savar here, and I'm going to show something interesting about the guild halls. So before I jump into the guild halls, though, what I will say is if I go in and farm my entire home instance, I can get everything. The one thing that I didn't show is the enchanted treasure chest, because there's only 1,700 people that can get it, and I'm assuming they all know where it is. You cannot open it unless you have it unlocked. That's the special thing about that one. So if I have it unlocked and you don't, and you come to my home instance, you can't harvest it. You can't open it. That's just the way that that's coded, and that's the way that they decided to do that. But if I go in and I harvest everything, and then later somebody asks me to open my home instance, they can harvest everything except for the garden. The garden will not be harvestable after I have harvested it. And speaking of the garden, I think they separated it. Yeah, sorry, it's under instance farming. I believe they had it under solo farming before, but now they have the home instance separate. So this is going to tell you that the best sickle is going to be the sickle of volatility, and the best pickaxe and the best axe, logging axe, are going to be the watch knight. So then if you click to the home nodes, this will actually tell you, what each of them is worth. If you go to the garden nodes, it'll tell you what is most profitable. So lettuce right now is still up there. It's second to kale. Kale is 1 silver more right now, but I have kept lettuce because for the last year and a half, pretty much ever since End of Dragons came out, lettuce has been top 3. So it might not be quite as profitable as kale, but it's still pretty profitable. And you might say, Ruby, why are you not doing these that are way more profitable? The cultivated ones are special. If we go to cultivated on, if I could type, we go to, let's say, cultivated sesame seed. You get it from the varietal sesame, which is a home instance node. So the sesame seed is the least valuable of these, but you have to plant it. Players first need to sow the seeds with a varietal sesame seed pouch, which requires you to use a varietal sesame seed and a pile of enriched compost. The compost you get from composting food that has already been crafted. So that's a lot of steps, and then it only lasts once. So it's not like I can make cultivated cloves, like plant a bunch of cultivated cloves and then just harvest them every day. The reason that these are more expensive is because they do require a lot more effort, and you have to do it every single day. You have to plant them every single day. So you would probably harvest all of them and then plant them right after, and then the next day you could do it. And that's not something I really want to do. So That's why I skip these. So I typically just go to the top of those. So that's going to be the garden. If we want to go to the Black Lion delivery box, that's the requisition. This tells you all of the End of Dragons expedition. So Saitong province gives you a 71 silver profit every day. The hunter's contract is bones right now. Expedition contract is Siren's Landing. So I have it to Draconis Mon, so I'll need to change that. Season 4 is Domain of Istan, which I have, and Black Lion Industry contract is Jewels, which I have. Now, fun fact about those. Let me actually switch to somebody. Let me take myself to the bank so that I can show you what they look like. They are stackable. They come in the mail. You'll get a piece of mail every day after reset. If you're playing and you hit reset and you only get your login, and you worry about the mail, you just have to load into a different map and it'll show up. But yes, my bank is atrocious. I need to find these. So I have 10 of them in here. I don't have to open these until I want to. And when I open them, they open to whatever it is currently set to. So I may currently have it set to Draconis Mons, and Siren's Landing is 6 silver more profitable per box, but it doesn't matter until I open it. It doesn't matter what I have it set on the day that I receive it. It only matters what it's set to when I open it. So don't worry about what you have them set to until you decide to open them. So that's why I saved them. I'm going to take us to the COG. We're now going to get into the special guild hall section. A fun fact about guild halls, a lot of people have the Isle of Reflection, which is the new End of Dragons. So I have 2 here. Some will have some in the middle, and then the others are going to be right here. So all of the nodes are going to be right here, the gathering nodes. I don't have... Actually, do I have... I should have... Okay. I just want to make sure I had infinite gathering tools on this character before I grab these. So I have the skin of the volatile magic, but I have a different, I have different glyphs on right now. You can trade the glyphs. If I go in here, I can right click and remove the glyph of flight, and I can swap them. I have several infinite sets of infinite gathering tools, so I've swapped some of them around. So I have a tier 1 guild hall currently. That's the COG. That's my personal guild, which I'm trying to build up and be the guild for the channel. If you would like an invite, just let me know. Send me a mail or something, or drop something down below in the comments. But I have a tier 1 for those 4 gathering nodes. All 5 of my guilds are going to have the same guild hall. They all have the Isle of Reflection, so I cannot actually go from my guild hall to a different one. If you have somebody that has the Gilded Hollow, I believe that's the name of the Auric Basin themed guild hall, you can go back and forth, but you cannot go from one Isle of Reflection to another. I'm switching now to a guild that has tier 3, and you'll see I can now farm these again. I will get a bunch more resources, and the logging and the mining will actually take longer, and you can see now that this is where the 3 in the middle are. These are harvesting nodes. If you go to fast as well, it'll tell you what the best glyph, not the best glyph, yeah, the best glyph to have for your gathering tools is going to be. But these are tier 3. So I can farm tier 1 and tier 3. And when I'm done farming this tier 3, I'm going to leave the guild hall, and I'm going to be able to farm a tier 2. So if you have a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3 guild, it has to be specifically for those nodes. So if you're not familiar with the way that guild halls are leveled up, you have to donate a whole bunch of resources and gold and everything, and you have to pay something called favor and Ethereum. Ethereum is mined, and you get favor from doing guild missions to level up individual things. So this guild has leveled up each of these nodes to tier 2. So now I can farm all of them a third time. And that's that's really going to be my fun fact about gathering in the guild hall. It is massively profitable. So it's something that I will always suggest people do. The last thing I will say is make sure you go to the there is somebody, I believe it's that person that I just missed. I believe it's, nope, that's reinforced armor. I can never remember what their oh, there it is. It's hidden. Guild enhancements. So on this character, I should have a guild enhancement. Yeah, I have Magic Find increased by 10%. That's everywhere. Everywhere I go, I get increased 10% Magic Find. In the Isle of Reflection, that person is right here. And you can see, whoops, you have to make sure that you're actually repping the guild that you're in. There's going to be crafting bonus rate. So this is bonus rewards when you're playing on a map. Gathering, Karma, Magic Find, XP. And then you have PvP reward track, World XP, and World v World reward track. That's going to be it for all of my little guild tips and tricks at the end of this home instance video. Let me know if you guys have any comments or questions down below. If I missed anything, please definitely let me know. I know I was kind of going fast, but yeah, that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I'm filming this on Saturday. On Monday, I will be doing a giveaway that has a total value of 700 gold. So there's going to be 3 winners, 500, 100, and 100 over on Twitch. The Twitch link will be in the description, so make sure you come and join. It'll be at reset, so you'll just have to put in, I'm probably just going to have it be Ruby. Make sure to just type that in when the time comes for the giveaway, and you'll have a chance to win. That'll be it. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.